And we're back. Even though it is a holiday, I wake up at the same time as usual on a day when everyone else is likely sleeping in for another 6 hours. I take my morning regimen of pills for the first time in a few days. Admittedly, I'd let my medication slip my mind. Looking at the rows of bottles in front of me, I don't know how I managed to. 17 different medications. I feel full enough to skip breakfast after taking all of them. I'm already up, so I might as well take a walk. The weather looks nice outside, giving off an idyllic atmosphere I'd often dreamed of. It's always been a kind of a romantic notion to me to be able to meander around in the countryside, taking in the fresh air. Now that an opportunity to do just that is here, I can't resist, even though I know it just must seem silly. I stop at the main building in order to buy a drink, and then decide to enter it and maybe hang around the roof for a little bit. The view might be pretty cool this time, and I'm sure that nobody else will be up there either, and I've never really been up there myself. The school is quiet today, deserted, my footsteps echoing in the staircase to the roof are unnervingly loud. Shouldn't bother me due to how much time I've spent in sign language class in near total silence, or working so much as Shizune lately, but it still does. Makes the smallest noises that I wouldn't have even noticed before seem boomingly loud. Feels like I'm sneaking around someplace I shouldn't be. I wonder why I'm getting that vibe. Maybe the school is haunted or something. When I open the door to the roof, I see I'm not alone. Misha leans against the fence looking over the school grounds, not having noticed me at all. Instantly I know what I have to do. I have to put my hands over her eyes and say, "Guess who?" It's the only option. Halfway, I start thinking of how bad this would look if Shizune suddenly popped in, having left just for a second to get some sandwiches and saw me sneaking up on Misha like this. I pray silently that such a coincidental misunderstanding doesn't happen. "Guess who?" "Ichan," she says without hesitating for a second, without deviating even slightly from her normal tone. My fun was over before it started. "Hi, Ichan, good morning." She reflexively tries to move her hands to form a greeting and entangles them in the fencing. "Good morning, I didn't expect to find you here. What are you doing up so early?" "I could ask you the same thing, Ichan. What are you doing up so early? I didn't expect to find you here." "I asked you first." You're right, haha. You sound just like Shichan." "No, I don't," I say in the least convincing manner possible. Luckily, Misha doesn't notice what a bad actor I am. "Are you looking forward to tonight?" "Of course, Ichan. I don't like celebrations, or maybe not as much as Shichan does, but Tanabata stands always have interesting things to buy and all kinds of seasonal food, and I get to wear yukata." Her choice of words is a little strange. It sounds like she's saying that she doesn't like celebrations, but likes doing everything involved with them. I don't know if it's worth pursuing, though, and it could just be that I just misunderstood. "What about you, Hichan?" I am, or else I'd just stay home, wouldn't I? It's a logical step." "Haha, Hichan, you're not that logical, so that's really surprising. Okay. Okay, though, I was just making sure because you didn't look like you were having a lot of fun last time. Me and Hichan were a little worried because of that." "Hey, I had fun. I guess I ended up appreciating it more than I expected to." "Really, Hichan? What part of it? Tell me." "Well, there were the fireworks at the end. They were really nice. I think you slept through them." "I always fall asleep early, but I won't sleep through them this year. I'll definitely stay awake." "I don't think they have fireworks during Tanabata. It's a different mood entirely. Maybe you can get Shizune to petition them to have them, though, and to move the fireworks to an earlier time." "Maybe I will. That's a great idea, Hichan." No, it's not. Don't do that. I wasn't being serious. Although, maybe it would annoy Shizune. You make it sound like you would like that, Hichan. Hichan, do you like Shichan? I can't say yes or no, and sitting down like I am, I can't even smoothly leave. Don't be silly. The one I like is you." Really, Hichan? You're kidding, right? You must like Shichan more. Because you jump to conclusions too much. But you almost called her Shichan, so I'm right? It's because you should call her Shichan all the time. It got stuck in my head. Osmosing language is common, you know. Besides, it's one little slip-up, and by your logic, you should like her more than me, and are you making fun of me or something? Maybe. I'm hungry. Did you eat breakfast, Hichan? No, just medicine. Misha twirls her finger lazily in the air to keep her hands busy as she thinks. "We should eat something, then. Do you think they'll be serving breakfast today?" That's really the kind of thing a member of the student council should know. I can't say that, though. I'm on the student council and don't know. It didn't seem like anyone was working in the kitchen when I entered the building, but I don't know for sure. "Hey, Chen, have you ever heard about those vending machines that you can get food from, like burgers, soup, and even pizza? Wouldn't it be great if we had some of those at our school?" "Pizza from a vending machine? What in the world?" I don't know, I always thought those machines were kind of weird. Imagine how cool it would be if we had machines like that at our school. Hichan, it would almost be like magic, wouldn't it? I feel like the things from that would taste awful. Hot food coming out of a vending machine, that's so amazing. I can never imagine that seeing one of those machines would be like a dream. Well, we don't have machines like that in this whole town, though. It's too early to even go into town. I won't be able to eat breakfast, Hichan. That's the most important meal of the day. Everyone says so. I want to eat. You're really silly. If it bothers you so much, I'll buy you a soda. Yeah, that's good breakfast. Misha puffs out her cheeks and puts on a serious face. Hichan, a soda is not a breakfast. It's like water. It's not like water. It's a liquid. Water is food. Liquid could be food. Now, sounds like Shizune, Misha. I want to say, even her tone reminds me of Shizune's unblinking, matter-of-fact way of stating the ridiculous. If I did say that, though, I would be the one who sounds like Shizune. Oops. It's terrible. Her competitiveness is really rubbing off on me. Well, let's look for something to eat, then. Okay. Predictably, our search for food in an empty school building this early in the morning leads only to failure. Misha decides to go off on our own after we both decide to give up for now, vowing to eat breakfast even though by now it's closer to time for brunch. I go back to my dorm. The following hours tick by slowly, and I pass the time by catching up on my reading. Some of these books I haven't touched since I was in the hospital. Thinking back on it, it wasn't that long ago, even though it definitely feels like it was. Free day and I can't think of anything to do. I take a short nap, and as I change for the second time today, I realize I never actually confirmed with Shizune or Misha when and where we would meet up. Guess that eventually they would come looking for me, but I would look pretty stupid if it came to that. It's already evening, so I should at least make an effort to find them first. Even though the grounds aren't exactly flooded with people, and it should be impossible to miss Misha's pink hair, even if they were, I have a lot of difficulty finding them. Finally, I run into them at the front gate, which was the first place I had looked. Hello. She attempts to punctuate her normal greeting with a grand little swoop at the end. Hichan, how are you? Strange seeing them in yukata, even though I've been seeing yukata in general all night. Shizune's as simple and tasteful, which seems obvious for her in retrospect. For all her grand flourishes and over-the-top behavior, I think she would rather die than dress the part. What draws my eye is the hairpin. She's wearing a pearl flower that gleams softly in the moonlight. It looks pretty on her, but in a way it also feels out of place, as if it's too elaborate for a high school girl, or maybe just for someone as secretly childish as Shizune. Misha's yukata is about what I expected, so it actually fits a little too well. Paired with her bubblegum pink hair, she looks cute, but anachronistic. You two look nice. Thanks, Hichan. Hichan, you're a little late. We were waiting here a while for you. Did you forget the time or the place? Oh well, let's get going, Hichan. Misha dropping this line of discussion saves me what could potentially be a pretty embarrassing thing to own up to, specifically that I had been looking for them for at least an hour. Seeing Shizune and Misha looking so cheerful, it's hard not to want to fall into the atmosphere and enjoy a nice night out. What bothers me is that I'm having some trouble reading Shizune's signing tonight. I haven't been to sign language class in almost a week, so I'm not surprised. I guess having lost focus for a while, I'm slipping. It certainly wouldn't be the first time. Hold on, where are we going? Into town? Yes. Doesn't make any sense. We haven't even checked out what's on the grounds, unless you two decide to have fun while I wasn't looking. We're going to come back. We'll be working our way up. Either way, Hichan, we have to walk into town and then back up if we want to see everything. So this way, after we're done, we'll be right by our dorms when we're tired. It works out perfectly. This is admittedly illogical. Shizune doesn't give me much time to argue anyway, grabbing me by the arm and lightly trying to pull me along. The streets illuminated only by the light of the moon and low lanterns tinted with tissue paper put me at ease. Now that we're in town, Shizune moves a bit more slowly in order to see the lights. So I decide to walk more briskly in order to mess with her, but she quickly readjusts her own speed to match, letting out a soundless laugh before quickly signing to Misha with her offhand. What do you want to do first, Hichan? How about some games, if there are any? I thought you didn't like games, Hichan. I don't mind. For the second time today, I feel her slim fingers wrapping around mine. It feels like all this time I've been pulled along by Shizune's will. Occasionally it's quite tiring, but I think that for the most part I wouldn't say I hate it. Just a quality as some people to drag others into their lives like a storm. That word fits Shizune sometimes, I think, although I didn't want to tell Misha earlier today. I do like her. Hichan, you're gonna win a doll for me too this time, right? You're still thinking about that. Okay, I will. The time passes by faster than I thought it could as we run around trying to do as many frivolous things as possible. Snow cones. Hichan, do you want one? Misha runs towards the stand, not even waiting to hear my answer. They look delicious. I want one too. We'll play rock, paper, scissors to see who can pay for them all. Or we could each pay for our own. Hichan, what flavor do you want? The blue one. Blue is not a flavor. I knew that. Ordering something based on color is childish. You're childish. What are you getting? Are you getting strawberry? Huh, that's such a childish flavor. Only children eat strawberry. You should get plain, the most mature flavor of all. I want to know where her personality comes from. I wonder if I would think that way if she hadn't been the first student I ended up having a conversation with on my first day here. It's entirely possible that I've missed the parts of her that kept drawing me in. If I didn't know that she couldn't hear me and that she was so competitive and so focused with getting me to join the student council and so alternatingly playful and sharp, without these constant new facets to keep my interest in her, would I have grown to like her so much? It's likely that I'm overthinking it. Aren't you gonna make a wish? Shi-chan never makes wishes, He-chan. Oh, really? Not even on New Year's? Why's that? Shizune tenses her fingers and smiles, but won't answer. It's a secret. I know. He-chan, do you want me to tell you? Yes. Shizune alternates between as many forceful iterations of no as she can think of. I'll tell you later, okay? Actually, I feel tired. I think I'm gonna go to bed early. Really? It doesn't feel like it's been that long. Time flies when you're having fun. But it has, He-chan. Maybe I can visit Yuko first, then go back, or I don't know. Oh, it doesn't matter. Have fun without me, okay? We're gonna go back to the school soon anyway, Misha. Misha doesn't want to hear it and leaves anyway. Shizune starts to wonder why just as soon as I do, but while I keep it in my head, she signs it, seeming to want to discuss the possible reasons. After we're both done seeing all there is to see, I check the time and find that it is pretty late. My energy is starting to wear off, and it's a miracle that I managed to have even this much too. Even Shizune is starting to look a bit tired. We make our way back to the grounds. Shizune seems disappointed when she sees the school building lit up and teeming with students. Something wrong? I want to go up to the roof, but now there are too many people. I'm tired, so it might be for the best. And there are probably couples on the roof since it's that kind of holiday. Then again, I wouldn't know. Is that really how it is? I've never really been to any festivals before coming here. At this point, I thought you said you wanted to see what the school was doing last. Like saving the best for last. Now you're telling me you don't want to. Not even a little. I thought you would have more energy. I don't feel tired. This seems to spark her competitive spirit, and Shizune immediately perks up. Although it's then I realize I didn't have anywhere in mind to take her, and I don't feel like going to the main building myself. Fortunately, the area behind the school is both deserted and impressive looking today. I never appreciated how sprawling and well kept it was until seeing it at night. It almost seems to go on forever in the moonlight. It's very pretty, even though it's just a field. I thought earlier that she was too immature to pull off the old-fashioned clothes she was wearing tonight, but right now she is pretty beautiful in them. Makes me think back to that day, the other festival I went to with her. She had looked the same way then. I want to tell her that I like her decisively in one go, but even thinking about it is just so awkward. And the more I like her, the more awkward and afraid I am of telling her how I feel even now, when I could just do so if I want to without having to go through another person. Not to mention, what if what happened last time happens again? If it does, I might not get off so easily with a months-long hospital stay. I don't want to even think about that. I try to shove the thoughts out of my mind any way possible. I try to dismiss them as unlikely fears. Still, first time I had seen all my pills, I'd imagined them cascading before me, enough of them to choke me. Still thinking about it from time to time. I can't say that it's not a legitimate concern. Times like these are nice enough that I can forget, though. Maybe my favorite thing about this school is that it's on top of a mountain. Is it because it's that much closer to the sky? Yes. I like it too, but more because of the fresh air. You're so competitive, too competitive. If a whale bit you, you would bite it back. A whale bit you? Could whales even bite? Well, I guess, like sperm whales could. That makes her laugh, and she winks. Would that be so bad? Her smile is contagious. Yes. It's true, I'm terrible, a little. But if I can make people happy, I'm not entirely terrible, am I? Then it's okay, I have many examples in my defense. Maybe in this moment is kind of a game to her. That's right. This is a romantic moment. I don't know if such a change might come again, and I feel compelled to say something awkward and stupid. If I think too much about it, I doubt my hands will listen to me. Do you want to be my girlfriend? Okay, here's how. I hope that I signed it properly. I feel nervous as if I wanted to break into a run, yet I'm rooted to this spot. I couldn't hear a thing just minutes ago, now I'm picking up every little ambient noise. I really am nervous, I wonder if it shows. Before, hours passed like seconds, now the seconds pass like eons. Then I see Shizune's hands moving unsteadily before her, fumbling over each other, stopping halfway through each gesture. It's like she said, sign language gives you an opportunity to think your words through, and she is trying very hard to do that right now. A situation that she doesn't know how to respond to, it must be unthinkable. As stoic as Shizune tries to be, she can't hide her reddening cheeks, as she's very cute and feminine like this. And it puts me at ease to know that she's just as nervous as I am. The thought is yet another, and which I found myself competing with her. Okay. Well, that's a simple reply, but as soon as I think that, Shizune takes a step forward and embraces me. An unsure and careful embrace, as if I were made of eggshell, and as if she just doesn't know how to hug someone, although to be honest, it's not a subject I'm familiar with either. Yukata is cool and silky under my fingers, but I could still feel Shizune's warmth. In the end, she thought this is the best possible gesture to show how she felt. Next act? Yeah. Sleight of hand, drink time. The following days pass uneventfully and with surprising quickness. I find a renewed motivation to learn sign language. It seems that I have a knack for learning sign, so it would not be a waste to do it, and falling behind would seem even more unacceptable. Summer break is coming up, even though I figure that student council work would see a drop-off proportional to how lethargic my classes are becoming. It doesn't happen that way. Every day I get swamped under increasingly meaningless work. Despite how much I want to, I don't have even a free second to talk to Shizune nowadays. Every time I look at her, her face is buried in some book of records. There's some stack of papers that need to be checked over in triplicate. Today I woke up early to come to school before everyone else, hoping to catch Shizune. She has a habit of coming in first thing in the morning to be more punctual than all the other students. Unfortunately, I think I'm earlier than her. Hearing the student council room door click closed to my right tells me that this isn't the case. Guess I got here just behind her. I enter the room and tap Shizune on the shoulder to get her attention. Maybe she expects a conversation, which is why she puts down the carton of orange juice in her hand. Good morning. Where's your better half? We are separate individuals. Thinking about it, they must get that quite a bit. I can think of no other way to explain how ready she was with that answer. You're here early, that's good. You can help me look over some handouts. They're going out later today. And I came here specifically so I could see you without having to do work. According to Misha, my being early isn't new for you. And it's not new for you either. Are you saying you want to read? Erase. Read. Shizune adjusts her glasses nonchalantly, a gesture that belies how giddy she is inside about the thought of having something very, very petty to take competitively and seriously. I think the smaller the matter is, the more it excites her. It's not a race. Do you want to make it a contest? I don't. I almost forget to add the last part, the most important part. Well, that's fine. There are too many days left in the school year. I'd get tired of it anyway. With that, Shizune picks up her juice and finishes it off. Wonder if she's going to try and shoot the empty container into the trash, but she doesn't. In fact, she seems puzzled as to why I seem so disappointed. I better get to the point. I just want to talk. Our breaks are practically here, you know? And we should spend more time together anyway. I was thinking we could do that over the summer. Shizune's face turns as red as mine must be, and she starts adjusting her glasses, flustered. But an all-purpose gesture, she taps her fingers together in thought, considering her next words carefully. You mean like a date? Well, just because we're going out somewhere, that instantly makes it a date? It's not? I want it to be a date. Then it is one. Shizune approvingly claps her hands once before adding on to my statement. But not today. I'm going away for a week to visit my family. That is an oddly formal way of putting it, and for that reason my interest is piqued. Maybe her family is the prim and proper traditional kind, living in an giant old-timey mansion with a little stream and koi pond where everyone wears kimonos all the time. It's a wild assumption, but it's fun to speculate. Sometimes I wonder if Shizune puts on the appearance of being a common, mature, good daughter like Lily when she is with her family. I can't imagine it, but if there's even a possibility that it's true, then I must see it. Only a week. It must not be that far of a trip, then. Of course not. They're still in Japan, after all. Really. It isn't like you can come with me, is that what you're trying to say? Why can't I? Well, it isn't like you enjoy it. You don't know that. It could be fun. I almost forgot. You didn't answer my question. Are you going alone, or is Misha going with you? Does your family know sign? Misha's coming along. The part of the question left me unanswered is the most telling. If Shizune's family can't communicate with her, I have to wonder what her childhood was like. She probably wrote everything on that pad she carries around and still produces out of nowhere sometimes. Usually it's when neither Misha nor I are around. I can notice her from far away when she pulls it out like a last resort, grimacing the whole time. If Misha is going, then I'm going to go too. Do you like Misha? Well, that's the principle of the thing. I entertain the notion that Shizune might actually be jealous, but I doubt it. She usually wears her emotions pretty plainly on her face, and I don't see anything that would support my theory right now. I think you're just bored. That's okay, though. Alright, we'll all go together. That's what I hoped for in the first place. You can't skip out on student council today to pack your bags just because you're coming with us on such short notice. It's no excuse. Yeah, it's okay, I hardly have anything to pack anyway. Shizune pauses, tenting her fingers thoughtfully. You must have come to this school on very short notice. It could be that she is thinking back to the time when she and Misha unexpectedly shoved themselves into my room and caught a glimpse of all my medicines. That was an awkward moment I'd like to forget, and I don't like revisiting it. The way she tiptoed around the issue, even now, only makes me more uncomfortable. I did. It was kind of an on-the-spot decision. It worked out better than I expected, though. I hope Shizune won't pursue the matter, and to my relief, she doesn't. Home is in a particularly beautiful part of Saitama. We'll be leaving early in the morning, so be ready. Let's talk about it more later, okay? For now, those handouts won't look over themselves, and you're gonna help me. As Shizune dives into her work, pulling me along with her, I think that she seems almost, but not quite, excited to go. Alrighty. When Shizune and Misha arrive the next morning to pick me up, they are dressed in something other than the school uniform I'm grown used to seeing them in. What in the world? That looks weird. It makes sense since we're on holiday, but it's still jarring. Shizune's dressed as sharp and fashionable, almost too much for a quiet place like Yamaku. Thinking back to what she wore at the Tanabata Festival, I'm starting to notice a trend with her. All of her clothes are very tasteful and mature, very well thought out. So then I wonder why she herself is so immature. Bush Cheney 2004, okay. Well, at least Misha's clothes reflect her inner self on the outside. You bring so little. I said I would. I said there wasn't much to pack. Shizune pouts and rocks her own rather large collection of luggage with her foot as if embarrassed. Misha only has one suitcase with her, but it's almost larger than she is. She looks self-conscious about it as well. God, that suitcase is as big as a compact car. The green pea color is unsettling, too. It's like something used to transport bodies. The way they look right now makes me want to tease them a little. That's bad luck for you and Misha, isn't it, having to carry those huge bags? Gotta pack light next time, like me. Everything fits into one little suitcase. Like James Bond. Yes, exactly like James Bond. Shizune gently tugs her glasses in concentration. We should split the amount we carry equally. Wow, that's a great idea, Shi-chan. What? No. It would benefit us all. Yep. I'm gonna have to say no. You're outvoted. She almost lunges forth as she signs it, terrifying. Oh, well, I was just kidding. I don't mind carrying a few extra. I just thought it would be fun to mess with you both. But if you're gonna try and make me carry it all, I was gonna ride that giant green case down the mountain like a sled. That seems to make Shizune laugh, and she holds a hand up to her mouth to hold it back. It's like she is hiding it. I wonder if she can laugh. If not, that might be why she does that. It's kind of makes me feel sad. With that taken care of, we head for the train station, and a very uneventful ride follows. Shizune and Misha managed to fall asleep almost instantly, but I found myself unable to. That's never happened before. Maybe it's my medication. When we arrive at Shizune's house, it's quite a bit larger than I'd envisioned it would be. I don't think huge would be much of an overstatement. You live in a mansion? Shizune indignantly stands up on her tiptoes so that we're at eye level and frowns deeply, having had my comment translated to her by Misha. It's as if she's saying, how can you even suggest such a thing? This is just a normal house, nothing as ostentatious as a mansion. I believe our definitions of those terms are quite different then. Haha, Hichan, are you surprised? Do you want me to point out where you'll be staying? I think we have a guest room, but I'm not sure if we have two. I'll check. It's no problem though. Hichan, Shi-chan and I can share a room if we have to. Well, unless hers is being used for something else now. Not sure. I'm starting to think Shizune doesn't spend a lot of time at home. Before I can make a joke of it at her expense, Shizune vanishes into the house, and Misha goes with her, leaving me alone on the grounds. I don't want to follow them inside just yet. I put down my bag on the front door and take the opportunity to look around the grounds, just making a quick lap around the house. Even though it takes just a few minutes, when I get back, the first thing I notice is that my bag is gone. A tiny girl is in its place. She looks a lot like Shizune, although Shizune wouldn't wear red shorts and a star and moon stockings. Bleh. Oh, hey, are you Shizune's little sister or something? No, I'm her little brother. My name is Hideaki. It's nice to meet you. The voice I responds is straightforward, monotone, almost definitely male. I feel embarrassed to the point where I could almost turn around and leave right now if I could remember my way back to the train. Are you the second person that my sister brought with her? Brought with her? I'm not luggage. Anyway, I'm Hizao. Did you take my bag? Yes, it is my right to keep anything I found on my property. No, it's not. That's not how it works at all. Guess even particularly well-spoken little kids believe in the law of finders keepers. Even though I call him little, he doesn't seem that much younger, now that I think about it. Maybe 2 or 3 years younger at most. I gave it to Shizune. It's inside. Are you on the student council? Yep, how'd you know? Does she bring it up often? I almost said, does she talk about it often? That could have been bad. Yes, all the time. Do you get along with her? Get along? That's a weird question. I wouldn't be on the student council if I couldn't get along with her. What about you? Do you two get along well? Even though he has a monotone voice, his face is as expressive as Shizune's, and belies how he belies how he really feels. It must run in the family. It looks like he isn't happy about my question for whatever reason. I'm sorry, I was only asking because you both act so much alike. I don't know why, but it feels like he's teasing me. Unfortunately, it works. I don't like being compared to Shizune. You're a lot more like Shizune, but that's to be expected. I mistook you for her little sister. Even if you don't, if you don't want people to make that mistake, you should dress more appropriately. I don't understand. My clothes are perfectly seasonal. What's with the stockings? They're cool. You act like my sister. Eventually, people will start mistaking you for her. Guess my comment hit him harder than I thought. It would explain this attempt at turning it around. I hate being compared to other people. Shizune doesn't like when she is compared to others either. I thought that Hideaki was a little more mature than Shizune, but they have the same competitive streak and inclination to provoke people. Wonder if he's like this because of Shizune or if it's the other way around. Neither do you, right? Okay, I get it. I shouldn't be so petty. Especially little kids, Hideaki seems to accept this as acknowledgement of defeat, which is something I feel like I can't let go. Nevertheless, I'll just have to let it go while I have the chance. I can hear Misha's laughter bouncing through the halls the moment I step through the door to the house and follow it into what I guess is the living room. Holds more people than I expected. Among them, I spot a distinctive and familiar blonde ponytail. I'm more confused by why Lily is here than surprised. Shizune seems just as surprised. Lily doesn't look ecstatic about this chance meeting either. Sitting next to Lily is a tall and jargonous-looking woman in a sharp suit. I'd like to assume that it's her older sister, but I don't want to risk it. I didn't expect you to arrive so early. At first I think she's talking to me, but it turns out she's referring to Shizune. I don't think Lily even notices my presence. I've clearly walked in on them mid-conversation. It looks like with her focus on Shizune, she couldn't hear me. Should have rearranged my entire schedule for you. Shi-chan says I should have rearranged my schedule just for you. That would have been nice, but I would not expect you to do such a thing. Oh, hi, Yu-chan, you're finally here. Yeah, hello, Lily. Oh, Hizao, this is quite a surprise. Akila, this is Hizao, a schoolmate. Hizao, this is Akila, my sister. Yo. She holds up her hand in the brief and quite casual gesture of greeting, so she is the older sister after all. Hope we're not messing up any of your plans, since we're only going to be here for one more day. Lily and I thought she may as well come with me. Akila turns to me like she feels compelled to explain. I'm grateful for that. Suppose my position here will be best described as a babysitter. Akila ruffles Hideaki's hair as he carries on with his pastime of looking displeased. That is demeaning. Really, maybe I'll change my title once you get a few more years on you, at least a few centimeters. Make an interesting pair, although Akila looks more like a lawyer than a babysitter. I'm still not really sure why both she and Lily are here, though. Taking a glance around the room, there are tennis rackets, golf clubs, and even a stack of fishing poles and tackle boxes secreted here and there. Behind every chair, in every corner, and under every table, there is some piece of outdoor hobbyist equipment. I pick up one of the fishing rods and play with it. It's a nice house. Shizune, it looks like your dad has a lot of hobbies. For a moment I forget to sign what I say, but Misha is already in the process of interpreting what I said for her. I'm still a little impressed at how automatic interpreting is for Misha. Do you fish? No, I don't know how. I kind of want to learn, as I heard it's relaxing. And there's a river only a short drive away. My whole family knows how to fish. If you want, we could go there sometime. You and Hideaki can fish? I didn't expect people your age to know, considering it's always seemed like a hobby for old men. You know, Lily's great at cooking. If we had some fresh fish. It's not hard to follow Akila's train of thought. And if you want to eat fish, we could go to the store. Lily's voice sounds slightly more authoritative than usual. She really doesn't seem to share her sister's enthusiasm for the idea. It's more fun than go fishing. We can even make it like a game and try to see who catches the biggest one. That would be exciting, right? Yeah, Hichan, what do you think? It sounds fun, doesn't it? Yeah, it definitely could be. Sounds like a plan. I don't know how to fish either, so now's as good a time as any to learn. Her eyes shift towards Lily, who remains unmoved. This sours Akila's smile a bit, and makes me wonder why Lily's being so obstinate about this. I don't think we have enough fishing equipment for everyone. And we can take turns. It'll be a team battle. What is she saying? We can take turns. She also wants to make it a contest. Come on, Lily, you may as well make the most of it. So it's going to be a competition to see who can catch the biggest fish or the most. Looks like the older sister understands better, as always. Shizune says that she supposes Lily would prefer to go to the store, right? It's much less work, so it's natural that she would. Going fishing would be more fun, though, and save money. Akila, you have the right idea. Akila gives a gracious, a slightly stilted smile. Shizune's praise wasn't her goal, after all. Isn't the river quite far away? I don't think it's that far, and I can drive if we have to. I'm okay with it, as long as you get something. Can your car fit this many people, and a whole lot of fishing gear on top of that? She purses her lips as her fingers suddenly move, counting up the amount of passengers and the required cargo. If we're gonna be taking me, Shizune, Misha, Lily, Akira, and Hideaki. 6 people, damn, my car can only take 5. Actually, if Hideaki sat on my lap, we could... I'm not sitting on your lap. Aww. Shi-chan says that her father's car will be big enough. What the hooga? If he doesn't mind us using it, then I guess we have no other choice. It feels kind of bad for taking my car, considering I won't have it for much longer. Despite Lily's obstinacy, and Hideaki's questions of whether or not we'd prefer to eat first and then on a fish dinner that might fail to ever materialize, there is no way to dissuade Akira and Shizune as they agree on the transport plan. My expectations of a somewhat relaxing drive through the countryside are fulfilled. Akila's driving is as smooth and peaceful as the surroundings, to the point where Misha falls asleep during the trip. This trip would have been rather too slow-paced for Shizune's liking, but she seems to genuinely enjoy it. Even with Hideaki awkwardly sandwiched between her and the door, she just keeps looking out the window and smiling. Shizune had a weird expression there. The area surrounding the river is quite beautiful. Akila and Shizune head off to the river so quickly that we have no choice but to chase them. We will be left in dust otherwise. I can see Hideaki and Lily are just humoring their siblings, Lily being the more unenthusiastic of the two. Misha seems to be as happy as ever, though. Looks like she managed to latch on to some of Shizune and Akila's excitement. As for myself, I'd rather eat now, but the thought of fresh fish prepared by Lily is appealing. The river is larger than I'd imagined, although very scenic and peaceful, other than a small pier apparently built just to fish off of. This place looks untouched by civilization, and it makes me realize how much greenery I've seen lately. Shizune pulls Misha away so that they can explain how to fish to Akila. Lily and Hideaki are talking between themselves, so I decide to join the enthusiastic trio. So which one of these lures should I use then? I could use this cute little one. Wait, this is a contest. We need to pick teams first. Shi-chan and I will be on one team, of course. He-chan, you're going to be on our team too, won't you? We can be the student council team. Okay. Alright then, that makes me, Hideaki, and Lily on the other team. Lily, what should we call ourselves? I don't see why it matters. I don't think it matters. Team no enthusiasm it is. Yet again, Akila's best efforts are rebuffed. Shizune and Misha, on the other hand, have no lack of enthusiasm whatsoever. Izao, you can be our boy man. Please try to catch as many or the biggest fish possible. Why me? No one's even taught me how to fish yet. We can do that now. After a quick tutorial, Shizune immediately tries to draw us into the discussion about the strategy in a tag team fishing competition. Somehow, competition doesn't seem particularly applicable to a sport where you spend hours sitting down and hoping a fish bites a worm. Looks like Hideaki got stuck with the spare rod. You know, it's just a string tied to a bamboo pole, right? That means when deciding the order, you should go against him. Well, why me? You have the least experience here, He-chan. Yeah, so who's the best here? Shizune, Hideaki is your brother. He's probably just as good. He probably fishes all the time since he lives closer to the lake. He might even be better. Watching you three makes my head hurt. I know I'm only hearing 2/3 of a conversation, right? What's this about? Picking our lineup. Akila makes a troubled face. She's getting impatient, which probably isn't too unreasonable. If you're impatient, that only makes me more excited. Now I want to play for higher stakes. What's she saying? She wants to play for higher stakes. I wouldn't be too hasty. We have beginner's luck twice over on our side. After all, the only way you'll be able to beat that is by catching a whole ocean. This is a freshwater body of water, you marine biologist. A weird insult, this delivered with unblinking and innocent good cheer. Akila doesn't seem bothered. She laughs it off, and Shizune looks like her usual mischievous self again. I'm glad they get along. So, are we going to pick teams or what? I'm kind of getting hungry. Izao, Misha, and I are on one team, and Lily, Hideaki, and you are on the other, aren't you? So is this the most obvious arrangement? Wouldn't mixing it up a little be more fun, though, huh? You don't want to fish with your own sister? Well, neither of us know how to fish, so putting both of us in the same team is kinda... Well, it sounds like I've heard something kind of dangerous. I try to change the subject before Shizune can turn that incredulous look on her face into anything more. So I guess you and Shizune know each other. Sure do, we go way back. Akira throws a knowing grin at Shizune, so until Misha finished translating what she said that Shizune gains a troubled face. Akira sure is different from Lily. Aside from how they look, she's much more informal and laid back. I expected Lily's family to all be proper and formal like her, so this is a surprise, but I feel like she's easy to talk to. As much as I like talking about catching fish, we should probably actually do it sometime. Would you suggest that there should be a lineup, like in baseball, or should it be everyone at once, or tag battle style? Can everyone sit wherever they want, or do teams have to stick together? Do we call where we fish? What fish sizes will be counting? Seeing Akira groan after Misha dutifully translates for her, Shizune rubs her glasses, laughing silently. Never mind, let's just fish then. It can be an individual contest. I sit down, ready to fish, although I'm not feeling very confident. Everyone else is already sitting except Akira, who takes a seat next to me and throws her line out after taking off her suit jacket and rolling up her sleeves. Misha and Hideaki end up sitting on the shore and fishing together, so there's not enough room, on the pier for everyone. Truth be told, I'd rather be sitting next to Shizune, but Akira seems approachable enough. Careful there, you're a little close, don't take all our lines, okay? Well, so you've never fished before? Nah, but I've seen a bit of it on TV. I always wanted to catch one of those big fish with a sword for a face, marlin, I think. If I recall correctly, those are from the ocean. They are saltwater fish. I know that. Why is everyone acting like I don't know there's a difference between freshwater and saltwater fish? If you aren't careful, you'll scare off the fish, saltwater or not. Kyo's voice is somewhat loud between her attempts to both egg on Shizune and keep Lily entertained, so she may have a point. My line doesn't seem to be picking up anything, but I don't know how much of that is down to Akira. Shizune does her best to relax in the sun, and pulls the look off very well, but I can tell she's slightly put off by not knowing what's being talked about. Not having Misha around could be a real problem. What's the score so far? Are we winning? I hope we are, given that I've entrusted you with our team's successes. I managed to do some awkward signing with creative placement of my rod. It's probably close to being gibberish in spoken terms. You're like right there, can't you tell? Disappointing, you let yourself get distracted. You have to stay focused. I should have known. Well, it's 0-0 in any case. If you had chuckles, although it's clear that really took the wind out of our sails. Is it just numbers now, or are we keeping track of size too? Both grading matters. Who's going to be grading them? Are you a certified fish judge? Shizune shakes her head to signify that she isn't. But it doesn't seem like it would be very hard. Tell me you should have stopped flailing her hands around like that. It's scaring all the fish away. And ask Hideaki why he hasn't bothered to cast yet. I look over to the two and yell what Shizune said to them. Shizune thinks he's upset that he's stuck with the backup rod. And since Misha is largely unable to sign anything coherently right now, she only gets a puzzled look from Shizune for her reply. Shizune just laughs after I translate it for her. Hey, even if you're depressed about it, you gotta try. You can catch the big one for all you know, but you won't catch anything unless you do. I feel that at least half of her encouragement is because if Hideaki does catch the big one, she wants to be there and eat it, and having 6 people fishing just leads to better chances of catching something than having 5. The constant awkward shuffling I have to do to communicate with Shizune, not to mention her increase in fidgeting, makes me think it might be good to give her a go at fishing. You guys can switch over now? Sure, Lily. No, please, I have no idea how to fish. I sign what they say, given that I seem to have taken Misha's place as Shizune's interpreter right now. How magnanimous of you, Lily. Oh boy, here we go. I don't bother translating what she says for fear of sparking another fight. Shizune says you should at least try. It might even turn out to be fun. Very well, Akira. How do you use this? It's pretty simple. I wonder how ethical it is to purposely completely change what Shizune said like that. At least it paid off. I think I understand. What bait do you think would be the best to use? I prefer something that wouldn't hurt the fish too much. And if you're putting a hook through their mouth, I don't think the bait's gonna hurt them much more. And letting it go? No, don't do that. But if it isn't big, there's little point in killing it. With my hands freed, it's much easier for me to interpret what everyone's saying. Now Shizune is the one that has to deal with her hands being full, but she seems to take it in stride. That's so arrogant. I'll only reel in the big ones from now on. What you saying? Akira just sighs after I interpret for her. No, I don't like that only. You know, a fish is a fish, and you take what you can get. Unfortunately, Shizune can't hear her, and Lily doesn't seem to be paying much attention now. Lily's taken to fishing easily, and it's a really relaxed activity after all. It isn't long before they both catch a fish, and surprisingly, Lily's Lily is just as interested in which is the bigger of the two as Shizune is. As the hours pass, it seems like they're even starting to have fun. At the end of the day, we have several good-sized fish between us. Even Hideaki and Misha managed to catch one. No one brings up that we were competing to see who could catch more. I don't think it would matter to anyone anymore. Shizune and Misha are talking between themselves some distance away, and Lily and Hideaki are doing the same. I decided to take advantage of the quiet moment to talk to Hideaki. Lily and Shizune got on well today. I didn't really expect it after seeing how they act towards each other in school. She gives an amused snort. It looks like she doesn't take their feuding as seriously as I do. They got their reasons. Lily and I are going away for a while tomorrow, so we thought we'd just pop by. In the end, I'm glad we did. After a brief silence, she stretches loudly and then claps her hands to get everyone's attention. Well, that looks like enough to feed everyone. We should get going. We should get back now. Lily nods, but then hesitates, even with her face clouding a bit. She still looks to be in a better mood than this morning. Kia really seems to know how to handle her and diffuse her antipathy towards Shizune pretty well. Today's catch looks delicious. I kind of wish she had some soy sauce so we could eat it now. I thought you wanted me to cook it. You don't think eating it raw would be okay? Despite Akila's protests or joking as I can't tell which, we decided to wait for it to at least cook the fish before eating it. It's already become pretty late while we were out, and by the time we arrived back at Shizune's house, it's a good time for dinner. Alright, well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Gonna wait for this to end, because I always do for some reason, I don't know why. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and goodbye.